Hey, you guys. Can y'all hear me? Holla if you hear me. I think I got it hooked up. Holla if you hear me. Let's see. Let me go find myself. I'm trying to find myself. Oh, all these ads right in the beginning. There it is. Okay. Oh, I'm like, what's that background noise? It's my phone coming through. Okay, anyways, so how many people we got on? We got 16 people on, 18 people on. Hey, 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 everyone. So what I wanted to do, and I'm gonna do this if Kay Baxter says that I can. So I watched probably about half of Kay Baxter's video with Little Miss Noble, and I really want to do a live reaction. Well, I mean, you guys won't get my initial reaction because I've already watched like half of it. But if I can get Kay Baxter to okay me doing the video, like where I don't have to play her video, but maybe just the audio of her interviewing Little Miss Noble. What I'm gonna do is I'll just play like the audio and I'll listen to the rest. I've heard about half of it, and I have thoughts. I have thoughts. I have things that I do want to say, but I have to commend Kay because Kay was one of the. I haven't watched her a lot, but from what I can tell with Kay Baxter, like she's very nice and she tries to make her people feel welcomed, but she also like will call you out on your crap. If she feels like you're not being honest, she'll say, well, I don't really feel like you're being honest. So I appreciate that from her. Just from the part that I have listened to from Kay, I think she's done a good job so far. So I really want to do a live reaction of the video on here just because Little Miss Noble, like Kay says, I feel like we're talking in circles, and I feel like Little Miss Noble did do that. There was some thing. My name got brought up in the video as well, and I kind of wanted to touch on that. Also, someone asked a question. Why was it okay for Elle Bee to do her video, calling that out, and then give her video to Charlotte, and then when Charlotte agreed with Elle Bee's video and played Elle Bee's video, Charlotte took heat for that. There's a few things that I want to say to that. Well, one thing is I did not give my video to Charlotte. I didn't make my video and then say, here, Charlotte, go do this. I made my video just because it's what I wanted to do. And I was asked, hey, can we play this? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Anyone that I get along with on the YouTubes, if anybody wants to play portions of my videos, I have absolutely no problem with that at all. I do appreciate them. I obviously would like for them to ask, but I will always give permission if it's somebody that I like, and I like Charlotte. So when Charlotte said, "Hey, can I play a clip of your video?" I was like, "Absolutely, play as much as you want." Yeah. But I didn't like deliver it to Charlotte to be like, here, now you go do what you want to do with it. It was just something my video resonated with her because I think she was already feeling a certain way, but she was scared to say anything. So when I said what I said, it gave her a little confidence to say what she needed to say. Now, thank you so much, Shell Belly. Now, I also wondered why did I not get any heat for it, but Charlotte did. And I do not think that's right. I do not think it's okay. Honestly, I kind of wish maybe I would have took the heat and her not because is I feel like Charlotte is like kind of who I was when I first come out and about. Like when I first come on the scene with YouTube, I didn't have thick skin like I do now. I let things bother me, and I feel like Charlotte does get upset over things that are said to her. And like I was watching Kay Baxter's video, and Little Miss Noble said, I was getting like we were getting death threats and stuff, and when you're getting death threats or when you're getting these emails of people saying these things to you, it's just very upsetting. And I don't agree. Like I don't know. Like I don't feel like it's upsetting as maybe it is to some people, but in this whole situation, like every email that I've got, I've never there was one video that was upsetting, and it is because someone was actually killed in the video, and I thought, oh my God, that is terrible. That is so horrible for the woman that just died. Shine kind of took it as a threat, but I really didn't. I don't know. And did I think about the video a lot? Yeah, I thought about the woman in the video, but I didn't feel like I was threatened. Shine kind of felt that way, but I don't know. I still could have done whatever I needed to do. Like if I felt like something was off or wrong or I needed to say something, I still would have done it regardless of these threats. But anyways, so the people saying like, well, why was it okay for Elle Bee to say how she felt, but it wasn't okay with Charlotte? Why didn't they, why didn't they attack Elle Bee? I don't know why they didn't, and I almost kind of wish like maybe they would have versus Charlotte. I think the longer Charlotte is on YouTube, she's going to be like me and she's going to develop thick skin, and she will get to a point where she's kind of just like, whatever, because I used to be like Charlotte. Like there were times where I spent days crying over comment, not just any comment, but something really nasty and ugly. I would get really upset about it. Now I don't. Like it is what it is. So that was one thing that I saw in the video that I did want to comment on, but I really want to watch that video. That is awesome. Happy wife, happy life is getting a new house, and her husband got a new job, and they're going to have a huge yard where her 9-year-old will have plenty of room to play. That is so awesome. Congratulations. Um, so, yeah, who all has watched Kay Baxter's video so far? I messaged Kay. It took me a minute to find her, but I did message her and ask, hey, can I play your video? I'm not going to do it unless I have the okay from her because I do have a copyright strike. I have one copyright strike right now, and I don't want to get another one. There's fuzz flying around. So today, Kay Baxter. So today, oh, my hair just messed it up. So today I recorded a video, and I needed to record my siesta key recap, but that'll be tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow, my plan for tomorrow is I'm going to record my siesta key recap. My son has a doctor's appointment. And then tomorrow night, hopefully I've gotten word from Kay Baxter, and hopefully she's going to be okay with me playing the video. And maybe tomorrow night we can do that. But I'm going to try really hard to do more lives, you guys. I really got to get, nope, haven't been able to sit through her long there. Look, Kay Baxter, she was pulling some Elle Bee. I don't know, she may be, because you guys remember when I used to do lives for like 3-4 hours? I'm like a marathon live, like, and she is too. So is Kay Baxter. So, hey Lisa, hey Tammy, hey you guys. I'm going to be doing a Patreon stream probably Sunday, and I think I'm going to do a giveaway. I have some things I need to do a giveaway on, and I'll probably do one just channel in general, and then I'll do one for the members because thank you. How do you say it? I'm at 60. And it's in at 60. In at 60. Okay. Thank you for being here the past few nights. I miss your long lives. I miss them too. I love those. I have tomorrow night off. Hope you do go live. Yes, I'm hoping that Kay Baxter will get in touch with me and respond to me, and we'll and I'll be able to react to her video that she done with Little Miss Noble. I listened to it, and I have things I need to say about it. I have things I want to say. I think she done a great job, but I think Little Miss, I don't know. I don't buy the Little Miss Noble saying, oh, my friends around me who were telling me that Nat was lying. I didn't believe them, and I blocked them because they didn't bring no proof. But when Nat said whatever, that she was, I believed her with no proof. It didn't require proof from Nat, but it did with everybody else. Okay, Kay is on vacation. Never mind. My son turned his hoverboard on, and the sound went to that instead of my phone. That's funny. Hey LB, how is your family? They are good. They are doing good. So we've had some doctors. So three of my children, as you guys know, I have six kids. I have six kids. Three of my children had their yearly, like regular yearly doctor's visit a few days ago. Now my son Dakota, he has to go tomorrow, but it's not his yearly visit. Dakota has Dakota literally pees so much. He don't pee on himself. He's very potty trained. He goes to the toilet, but he just has a really overactive bladder. So we're trying to figure out why. I'm going to request that we be sent to a what are those called? That the specialist for the you know urologist. Yes, classy mom. Thank you. I'm going to request that we be sent to a urologist because he is. I don't. He's very young, so the fact that he has overactive bladder to the point where he cannot hold his urine at all. Dakota, I mean, I can be in the bathroom getting ready, so I'll be in there 30, 45 minutes getting ready, and he will come pee probably 6 or 7 times. So he pees all day. Has he been tested for diabetes? Well, we've had my sister check his sugar several times because we've wondered too. He drinks water a lot. He does drink a lot of water. And Dakota is like, he'll drink other drinks, but he likes water. Like, he really likes water. So that was kind of, so we've had my sister check his sugar a couple of times because I'm like, I think, and every time we check it, he has good, it's good. So she's like, mm-mm. Like, if he was a diabetic, like his numbers would not be okay, like so. So he goes to the doctor tomorrow, and then I'm gonna request that we get sent to someone that can figure it out why he's using the bathroom so much. Get his kidneys checked out. Also, he needs to see and aren't those the people that see diabetics? Because I feel like that's who my nephew sees. Because my nephew, he's not the one with the ketones. So my son Bobby is the one that had high ketone levels in his urine. Two different, two different. So yeah, my daughter only likes water and wine, but she's 28. Well, thank goodness. Mm-mm. He doesn't complain. Is it blurry? Am I blurry for anyone else? Okay, I thought so because that's who my nephew goes to see. Yes, I have kidney problems from lupus. Definitely inconvenient for school. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it was so inconvenient for school because his teacher is a wonderful person, and I love her to death. Super nice, but she wasn't believing him. Would you? If say he gets to school, I need to use the bathroom. Okay, go to the bathroom. Come in. 30 minutes later, I gotta go to the bathroom. What? You just went? Okay, go to the bathroom. Come back in. 30 minutes later, I gotta go to the bathroom. So probably during a school period, he was going to like asking to go to the bathroom like 20 times. So she would tell him no. She was like, "No, you don't need to go to the bathroom. You just went." And I noticed that he was doing it at home too. And because like when I'm in the bathroom putting my makeup on and getting ready, usually I'm working while I'm getting ready. But I kept noticing, like, so then I started paying attention. Like, is he really peeing? Is it just a little bit? Is it a lot? So I started paying attention to it. And every time he would pee, it would be a good amount of urine. So I was like, this don't make no sense. How is his bladder filling up so quickly? So I called his teacher and I said, look, we're having him check to see why he's peeing so much, but he is. Like, he's not lying to you. So went took him to the doctor and she diagnosed him with overactive bladder. When we had an ultrasound done of his bladder, it was full at first, even though while we waited, when we was at the hospital waiting, we waited 2 hours to see the ultrasound tech to get the ultrasound. In those 2 hours, I think he peed about 12 times. And so he peed about 5 minutes before we went in. So I thought, we're going to go in here and his bladder is going to be empty. even though they said his bladder needs to be full. So we go in, and I said, he just peed about 5 minutes ago, so it's probably going to be empty. So he says, well, we'll check. He lays down and thinks, no, his bladder's full. So I'm like, what? He just peed. So they check his bladder, and Dakota says, I need to pee. I'm like, wow, okay, go. So he gets up, goes and pees, and so we're in an ultrasound room, and the bathroom's in the ultrasound room, kind of, And so we leave the door cracked just a little bit because the ultrasound tech wants to hear his stream to see if it's like a good, decent stream, or is it just like a little, you know. So we leave the door open, and he's like, listen, he's like, healthy stream. So Dakota lays back down. He does more ultrasound, and it's empty. He's emptied his bladder. By the time we leave and we're headed home, he's got to use the bathroom again. So I'm like, man, Bogalusa. Hey, hey, hey. Sounds like me at 9 months. I know it. I did hear about Kale filing a lawsuit against Brianna. I actually am in the middle of editing my video about that. Yes, back in, I think it was October. So a situation did happen, and there is an arrest. That does not mean she's. So that video, I'm gonna be on this live. I'm gonna try to do it for about an hour or so. I don't want to go too long and then be super tired in the morning because I gotta make sure I record my, what is it? Siesta Key. I got to record my Siesta Key recap before I take my son to the doctor. So I don't want to be super, super tired. So I'm going to try to be on here for about an hour and then get off and finish editing this video. It'll go up for my members, channel members, and Patreon members first for about an hour, and then I'll share it with everyone else so everybody can get the rundown of Kale Lowry suing Brianna DeJesus. Kind of wild. He is circumcised. Yeah. And that sign that she was doing, that's really. My son was born with 2 birth defects on his. He had corrective surgery. Was he born with hypospadias? Hold on, who was that? Chris, was your son born with hypospadias? Okay, so was mine. Dakota was born with that as well. Would that have anything to do with it? Just do me. Thank you. I love that you love them. Thank you. Willow, your son was born with hypospadias? I wish these two would grow up. I know, right? Oh, hey, Kayla. I'm glad you caught one. Hold up. Anybody? Okay. So Dakota was too. And he did have corrective surgery. However, it was botched, and he almost died during that. So he was just a few months old when we decided to do the surgery. We were basically told we had to. So he has the surgery, and the surgeon is very old, and he's been in practice for many, many, many years. And I guess Dakota was maybe he was about a year. I don't think it was a year yet. Maybe it was about 10 months, maybe. But so we have the surgery, and the hospital that we're at is about an hour and a half from where we live, right? So we have the surgery, and one of the things they tell you is keep it wrapped kind of tight so it doesn't bleed. So we get home, and I have to change it out a lot. The next day, I had to take my kids to their dad's house. Paris and Kate to their dad's house, which was back up towards the hospital. But it's about 30-40 minutes past the hospital. So it's about a little over a 2-hour drive. So my poor son, who just had surgery, had to put him in his car seat, and we have to make this long trot to Paris and Kate's dad house. When we get there, I get all my kids out because Dakota's still in diapers and he's had this surgery, and Bobby's still in diapers. So I have to get everybody out and change everybody's diapers and let people have a pee break before we head back home. Well, when I get Dakota out of his car seat, his whole bottom is drenched in blood. Blood has soaked completely through his diaper, through his onesie, and it's in his car seat. And I'm like, oh my God, because he has, um, it's wrapped, you know. So I go to taking his clothes off, and it's just bled so much. So I call his doctor. I had his doctor's cell phone number, right? So I called his doctor. I said, he is bleeding, like he's bled through all his clothes, through his like. I'm like, I'm up here. I need you to see him. Now, before we left, though, I changed my son's clothes. I changed his diaper because his diaper is bloody, and I changed his wrappings. What? It's not called wrappings. What's it called when you have like a surgery? So it's wrapped, but what is it called? I can't remember. But I changed it out. His gauze. His gauze. I changed his gauze out. So we go to the hospital, which was about 30 minutes from Paris and Kate's dad's dressing. So we go there, and when I get to the hospital and I get into a room, he's soaked through again. So I clean him all up again. Well, then the doctor comes in after I have Dakota cleaned up, and I'm like, he's bleeding like a stuck pig, like you wouldn't even believe it. And he looks at the gauze that I've just changed, and he's like, looks fine to me. And I'm like, that's because I've cleaned him up, but he bled through everything. So the doctor tells me, well, anytime he's bleeding through, redo it, but do it tighter. And I'm like, tighter? Like, how tight can you wrap a little ding ding? You know what I'm saying?
A doctor. He was a doctor, but that guy should not be a doctor.
I changed diapers for so many years. So many years. I'm still changing diapers. Kennedy, we can't get her potty trained. So she's been a stubborn one. So I've been changing diapers, and that's always the way that I've been. Like anywhere I go, I bring extra clothes for my kids, and out like we do potty breaks. We get out, change diapers because I don't want pee getting in my car or car seats or anything like that. So, anyways, he's like, "Oh, just redo the dressing, but do it tighter." Sends us home. So I go home. By the time we get home, he's bled through again. So I do his little dressing and I do him tighter. 2 days pass, and this is just going on nonstop. And I call his doctor again, and I said, I think you need to see him. He's just bleeding so much. And he says, no, I think he's all right. I checked his like his wound or whatever. I don't have Venmo, Rose, but I do have PayPal and Cash App. If anybody wants to donate and they don't want YouTube to take a cut out of it, you can send it to my Cash App or my PayPal. Those are both the links right there. I probably need to get Venmo because I don't know how to do it.
What the dude was doing was just totally dismissing you as like a crazy mother, which you are.
He was. He was very
crazy mother.
Yeah, he was dismissing me as like one of those crazy moms. And like Sean said, I am a crazy mom. I am one of those. But in this case, I was 100% like legit. So,
doctors do that all the time. They dismiss people. I don't even go to doctors.
Hey, B420.
They dismiss people when you're trying to tell them something. I mean, they've done it to you a bunch. They've done it to me. I quit going.
Yeah.
What's the point? You know?
So, the second day, Dakota has been bleeding and bleeding, and he is white. He is lethargic. He looked like a ghost.
He looked like a porcelain doll.
Yeah, he looked like a porcelain doll.
We have a picture of him, and he literally looks just like a porcelain doll. He doesn't look real.
Yeah, he doesn't even look real. Right. He doesn't even look real because he's just so white. So I take him to his pediatrician, and I called. I said, "Look, I got to bring him in. He is bleeding. The doctor that done the surgery is just kind of dismissing me, but he's not well." So I go in and they check his blood levels, and they're like extremely low, like fatal. They're fatal. And the doctor tells me if you would have waited till tomorrow to bring him in, he would have died. He would have lost so much. He would have bled to death. So they immediately put us in an ambulance, sent us back up to Shreveport, and they call the hospital in Shreveport and said, this is who's coming, this is what's going on. They need to be seen ASAP. So when we get up there, like we didn't have to wait or anything. They took us right in, and he had to have a blood transfusion. So his was botched. It's not
No,
corrected.
it wasn't just a blood
Yeah.
transfusion.
He had to
The
have.
dude totally screwed the surgery up.
Yeah, he messed the
Ran
surgery
a
up.
stitch all the way through, like just did it completely wrong. The doctor was just the other doctor, the doctor that basically was dealing with the original doctor's BS and trying to fix it and trying to save our son's life. Was blown away at the surgery when he saw it. He was like, "Who did this?" Like,
Yeah. That's the thing is the doctor that saw him in the hospital. Uh,
it was our
he was
pediatrician.
literally like, "Who did this? Like, this is crazy. Like, I can't even imagine that the doctor didn't do something about this the first time you told him that he was bleeding that much." So Dakota stayed in the hospital. I don't know what 4 days or something.
I don't know, man.
He had to
It's
have
terrible.
he had to have two blood transfusions. So they done one like that night.
Trying
Um,
to remove what that doctor, whatever he was thinking. I don't know. He must have been high when he done that.
and they done the other one the next day. So then everybody's like, you need to sue the doctor. You need to sue the doctor. So I tried to. I wasn't going to sue the doctor, but I did want to have a discussion with the doctor to be like, let me tell you. And I called the clinic where he worked, and I was like, this is what's going on. Um, like I need to speak to this doctor. And she said, your son's surgery was the last surgery he performed, and he quit like 2 days afterwards. And we don't know where he's at. He cleaned his office out. But then she said that there have been complaints on him for the past few months, and that like he was about to be fired anyways. And I guess he kind of figured it out. So he done my son's surgery, I guess came to the hospital the night that I called him, and then like that was it. Cleaned his office out where he had been working there for like 40 years or something, and they didn't know how to get in
I
touch
thought
with
he
him.
was young.
No, this doctor was old.
I don't know, man, but that pediatrician we had at that time was the bomb.
Yeah, our kids.
He
Well,
listened.
yeah, for the most part, I think he did.
Well, you
But when we complained about Bobby, when we was like, we think he may be autistic, he was like, oh, that's just his personality. Boys have different personality. Like everybody has their own personality. That's just his own. That's his personality. When we moved here, and I took Bobby to the new pediatrician, they did listen. Now I liked their old pediatrician. Don't get me wrong. He was very nice. He was very down to earth, and there were things that he was helpful with.
I always thought that he listened pretty good, and he didn't ever just dismiss us.
He did dismiss me when it come to Bobby, though.
Yeah, well, a lot of doctors dismiss people when it comes to kids when they're like really young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I am kind of one of those moms that like, but I'm like better safe than sorry, right? Like, cause Sean's kind of like, "Oh, they don't need to go to the doctor for everything. Let them build an immune system, net, And I'm like,
Yeah, my parents didn't take me to the doctor, and I got
mine
one
didn't
hell
either
of
though.
an immune system. Like we didn't get stitches, we got butterfly bandages. Like it didn't matter how bad you was bleeding. You had to be on your deathbed to go to the hospital. I mean, and I never get sick. You know, I heal up good. I've always been fairly pretty healthy. And
Yeah.
if
See,
I
my
do
mama
get
didn't really
sick and
take
I
us
get over
either.
it, I'll work through it. I get over it. So I'm not one of them people that gets sick and goes and I'm down for a couple weeks, or a week or 4 days.
There's only been like I think like 2 or 3 times that I've known people to get super sick,
Well, most food poisoning.
food poisoning.
I've gotten sick from food poisoning, and then I think when we got COVID, the one time I took off work
Hmm.
and I couldn't breathe, and I was at work, that I took off work for a day, half a day.
Yes, I agree. Like as a mom, I feel their pain, so I'm like, I need to get my baby better ASAP.
Yeah, I don't like
Stat.
I don't like taking our kids to the
Hey,
doctor
hey,
all the
hey,
time.
Roxy.
I want them to get through it themselves, so they,
Build an immune system.
well,
Immune. Whoop, 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 whoop. Look at my fish lips. Oh, I look stupid. Um. Oh, that sounds fun. Meow now. My kids have never been sick. Oh, the only time they've ever been to the doctor was for their. Oh, that's good though that your kids have never been sick. My son at 3 months had spinal meningitis and it was scary. Oh my goodness, I bet so. Because that can, I feel like somebody that we know had meningitis. Who was? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say one of my good friends' brother had meningitis, but really he didn't. He overdosed, and like for some reason the family put it out that he had meningitis, but he really had overdosed.
You just picked a random thing. Like, oh, he has meningitis.
What's wrong with him? Meningitis. And like, come to find out. Now I realize how blessed I was. 3 kids, not a cavity, a trip to the hospital or doctor, except regular check. That is really good. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Um, that is so good because the other day when I took 3 of the kids to their wellness check, and we found out that Eli has scoliosis and that Kennedy is really bad anemic, and that Bobby he's lost a little hearing, and that he had ketones in his urine. I come home and we're like talking about it. You're so blurry. It looks like you have a beard. Really? I wonder why. Am I blurry for anyone else?
Did you focus the camera before you turned it on?
No, I fixed the sound, but I didn't focus the camera. Am I blurry for anyone else? Not blurry on mine. I'm not blurry on my phone because I'm watching it on my phone. It's not blurry, but okay. Maybe it's just I don't know. But we were talking about it, and Sean said, "My God, we don't have one kid that doesn't have something wrong with them." And I was like, "You're kind of right. Like all of our kids have something."
I swear it's in the water out here.
Yeah. I'm trying, what does Paris have though?
I don't know, something.
Something. Paris got something.
Something's wrong with her.
I'm trying to think. Asthma. Paris has asthma.
I know she had ODD.
She had asthma, ODD.
Any kid that ever had it, it was her.
It was her. And then Caden, he wears glasses, needs braces. Eli, scoliosis. Bobby, he's on the spectrum, glasses, has lost hearing already. Dakota, ADHD, and then his problems with his urine and stuff. And then Kennedy, she's got an iron deficiency. So
She might be honest, but
you're an amazing mom. God just knows you can handle more. Yeah, I think so. I thank God I knew that I could handle it. I have tried to breastfeed, but never was able to successfully breastfeed. I tried with Paris. I couldn't do it. I tried. I didn't try with Kaden because I had to immediately go back to work. Man, I thought I was bad with Asperger's and craniofacial palsies. Oh yeah, that. Well, see, Bobby has he's Asperger's. What's craniofacial palsies? Is that like Bell's palsy? Um, Paris has broke her arm twice. Dakota broke his leg. Kennedy broke her leg. What?
she did, didn't she?
Yeah, she broke her arm twice.
No, she broke. I'm talking about Kenny broke her leg. That's right.
Yeah, Kennedy broke her leg not too long ago.
Yeah.
Um, so I didn't breastfeed with Kaden because I had to immediately go back to work. I was a single mom taking care of 2 kids. So, and I was put on bed rest for like several months of my pregnancy, and I was going to lose my job because I had been off for so long. I had used like my full maternity leave before I even had the baby. So I had to go back to work like no time after I had Kaden. With Eli, I was a stay-at-home mom already, and I did try with Eli, but like my milk never came in. It was really weird because Sean's parents came to visit us after we had Eli. They actually came in the night that we had Eli. So they stay in town several days. They stay in town about a week or so. Well, when we go home, they come over one of the days that we're home, and I'm in the bedroom like trying to breastfeed Eli, and it's just not working, and I'm upset because I tried with Paris and it didn't work, so I'm already feeling like it's not gonna work with Eli, but I really want to. And so Sean he like goes out there and he's like talking to his parents, And he's like, Nana's trying to breastfeed. It's like really hard though. She's struggling, and now it's like it's upsetting her that she can't. And then Sean's parents was like, well, maybe if you like try to stimulate the nipple, Sean, if the baby's not, maybe you need to, and it'll help bring the milk down. And Sean's like, okay, that's a good idea. So Sean comes in the room and he's like, hey, I was talking to my parents. They said I'm probably talking too much on this public live where people are going to bash me about breastfeeding now. Um, but he comes in there, he's like, hey, I was talking to my parents, and because the baby, so Eli wanted nothing to do with it. Like he didn't know how. He wasn't even trying to latch. Um, so yeah, Sean's like, my parents said like maybe we need to stimulate your nipple first, and I was like, that's kind of weird that you were talking to your parents about stimulating my nipple. He's like, yeah, it is kind of weird. I didn't think about it like that. Rose, what are you in the hospital for? I'm sorry. Classy Mom said she had so much milk she could have fed a small country. Flossie did too. Flossie had a lot of milk. But yeah, I tried to breastfeed with Bobby. I couldn't. Okay, so Dakota was born early and was in NICU for 12 days. And I had to pump, and I barely would get any, very little. But at the time, he was so little, that's all he really required. But they were feeding it to him in a bottle. Well, actually, no, I'm actually lying. So when I had Dakota, um, I was in the hospital like 3 days because I had a C-section. And then when it was time for me to get out of the hospital, they actually let me stay in another room just down the hall because they had like vacant rooms, right? So I stayed in another room just down the hall for like 3 more days, but then they had more people coming in having babies. So they was like, we're sorry, we will let you stay, but we're having people coming in having babies. So then I stayed in a hotel that was about 10 minutes from the hospital. So I would have to go over there every 3 hours. So when I stayed there every 3 hours, I would go to the NICU and try to breastfeed. And I would probably stay in there with the baby for about an hour or so, try to breastfeed for a while, and then go back to the room and get like an hour and a half, 2 hours of rest, and then go back and try to breastfeed. And then when I was staying in the hotel, I went over there every 3 hours. I was there to try to breastfeed him. After probably about, I don't know, just a few days before he got out, they was like, he really needs to put on weight, and you're not making enough milk, so we're gonna have to substitute. Like we're gonna have to start giving him some formula. So we started giving him formula. So it was a struggle. I had enough milk to feed my best friends while she was at work. Also, half gallon at a time. Easy if I was pumping ahead of time. That is so crazy. I wished that loud. That noise is so loud. What is it? I don't know. What is it? I don't hear anything. What is it? So I wished I could have, but I had to supplement with my youngest as well. I wasn't producing enough either. I think when I had Kennedy, it was just like they did, yes. So that was actually before I got out of the hospital. They sent a person that specialized in lactating in to tell me how to help and all of that. So, mm, really, Megan, I have spina bifida. I use a wheelchair because I can't walk, and I have scoliosis. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't even. Don't take that as an insult. Me saying I'm sorry. My son just got diagnosed with scoliosis, and we're like Sean cried when I told Sean that he had scoliosis. Sean literally started crying. How's my brother doing? He is home. My brother is home. I actually didn't get a chance to talk to him or my mom today to find out if the scope results come back. I'm assuming they did. I would imagine they've come back, but I haven't talked to them today. Past few days have been really busy, so let me tell you guys something. There's this place. called Buttercup Cupcakes. So my brother was in the hospital, got really sick. He was at work, and his someone from his work actually took him to the ER because he was so sick. They transported him to a bigger hospital. At the smaller hospital, they said he had obstruction in his intestines, and they didn't know why. So they sent him to a bigger hospital. He stayed there for a few days. They done a scope. I just don't know what the results are of the scope yet. I actually did text him. I think it was this morning, and I don't think he texted back. But I don't know. He may not have no minutes. My 12-year-old hockey player has scoliosis. We just take him to Cairo biweekly, and he is good to go. Well, that's good because I know Sean was like very upset about it. I mean, I am too. I am too. But Sean was like devastated. I did take my nails off. So, those nails, the long blue ones, were just Walmart press-ons because I have not had the time to go get them done. So that was just Walmart press-ons. Walmart press-ons because I'm constantly moving about. I usually okay. So last night, let me tell you guys, scoliosis is where your spine is curved in a way that it shouldn't be. Like our spines are already curved, but like scoliosis can be where your spine is like, you know, like that. So, so the other night last night actually, I was getting in bed and I was like cuddling up to Sean, and I accidentally poked him right in the leg with my nail so hard that it stabbed his leg and it popped my nail right off. So I was like, oh, geez. Are y'all getting hot with the tropical storm Elsa in Louisiana? There's been tornadoes here in Virginia with it. It was warm today. We had a little rain today, but it wasn't terrible. Leon, yes, yes, absolutely. I would imagine if it was something really bad, my mama probably would have called me. Does it make you wheelchair bound eventually? Well, 3 times. Okay, yes, they did say, Nat, it was a 3 by 3 or a 3 at 3 or a 3. I wrote it down. A 3 to 3, so it's not bad. I guess that's what she said. She says it's 3 to 3. It's not bad. I mean, they're not even referring him to a hospital yet. She said in a year they're gonna do another X-ray, and if it's progressed, then they would send him to Shriners where maybe he would get a brace. So one thing that they do is they'll put you in a brace. You'll wear some type of brace. I think they yes, for wellness checks they do scoliosis checks. Yeah, my doctor does anyways. I know. We were talking about them as weapons on my fingers, and sure enough, I stabbed Sean last night. So what was? How does scoliosis affect? I know it's painful because um, Cody Brown, one of his daughters, has it really bad, and she was going to have surgery before the pandemic hit because she's in so much pain. It can be very painful. It's really bad. And her X-rays, Cody Brown's daughter, her X-rays are actually online, and hers is bad. So what? See, well, that's what Sean said. Well, hold up. If we've caught it kind of early, why don't we go ahead and put him in a brace now to try to keep it from progressing? And I was like, I don't know. That's not what the doctor said. So I don't know. So Sean's like, no, we need to go ahead and put him in a brace so it don't get worse. We have kids with 100-degree curves. Bridget, were you the one that was on here last night that said you work with a lot of kids? What's a 3 to 3 angle? I mean, I talked to her on the phone and she was like, it's not bad. It's 3 to 3 angle. And I was like, okay. So my health teacher in high school told me I had scoliosis, sent me a paper home to my parents. I never gave it to them and never went to the doctor. Now you are scaring me. Candy, you better go get that checked. Okay, you work for Shriners in California. Okay, so that's where they said they would send him in a year if It's gotten worse. But from what I read about it, it's only gonna get worse. It don't get better and it don't stay the same. Like it will get worse. Oh, well, I wrote down what she told me. She said mild scoliosis, 3 to 3. You guys ain't gonna see it. Um, Recheck in a year. Sloppy handwriting. How do you get scoliosis? I don't know. But if the curve doesn't get past a certain degree, which I think is 45, could it be a could it be a 3 to 3 degree? Could it be that? I don't know. Hey, Amos. Hardworking lady. I've literally been working my tail off. I'm trying to get my channel like out there. You're born with it. Okay. Willow said you're born with it. Only heard 75% from my late sister. Is my sister on here? Oh, that's okay. It gets more prominent through puberty. Oh, and okay. Okay. He's 10, so it does get worse. You can go to Shriners for a checkup now. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just make him an appointment myself. Because I'm like, if it's more than likely going to get worse, why not go ahead and try to keep it from getting worse? No, Eli's not in a lot of pain. Like, we never had any idea. Eli was like, I don't have scoliosis. Eli, his dream is to be in the military. He wants to be a sniper in the military. Um, and I think if you have scoliosis, like, I don't think you can be. So he's like, and he wants to be a football player too, either in the army or a football player. And either one of those, like, I don't know if you could. So regular chiropractor is 100% was okay. Hey Danielle, go now and let the specialist decide when he gets a brace. I guess that's probably what I need to do. Honey Badger, I'm fixing to start doing more lives. I'm trying to really get my channel up. I need to get my channel up. I can tell you 100% of the military won't take scoliosis. See, that's what Sean said too. Sean was like, no, when I was in the military, they wouldn't. He was like, but the military has changed a lot, so I don't know about now. Scorpio Life 555 never caught me live. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Joko, how are you? Your hair is gorgeous, up the same as oh, thank you. See, I don't want him to have like surgery or anything. That would terrify me. Like with Dakota's hypospadias surgery, because it was botched, they was like, why don't do you want to have it redone? And I'm like, nope, I don't want to have it redone. I do not want to have his surgery redone. When he gets older, if he wants to decide, to get it done, then he can. I can come stay with you, Classy. Thank you. Oh, Scorpio. Thank you. You said my name. You made my night. Oh, that's really. Well, I'm glad I made your night. You made my night by coming in. Please do. I watch a lot of your videos. I really like long ones. You do. If I could understand what you're talking about with these people, I know. If you're not like really up to date with like the community, sometimes when I'm talking, you just don't. Um, I'm about to finally do a tarot reading on the disappearance of Summer Wells. Hey, I think I've heard that name before. Where's that name from? She child that went missing? Was she a child that went missing? That they think her parents may have killed her? Am I getting that right? Um, Thank you for boosting my confidence with that. No problem, Joe. You're an awesome guy. Okay, I thought so. I thought that's who it was. 5-year-old missing in Tennessee. Is her parents suspects? That is just terrible, you guys. Making chocolate croissants. That sounds fun. Let me show you guys what I got. I've already eaten one and I really need to lay off, so. Let me tell you guys. Oh yes, I'm a couple counties away from where she went missing. That is terrible. I need to look more into her. But cases with missing children like just hurts my heart. Like I have, I mean, they hurt anybody's heart. I'm sure when you have kids, like I'm a sucker for kids. Man, I can't even. I watched this one video on YouTube the other day where this 5-year old was dropped off um, at like an apartment complex. It was cold. You see the dad on video camera walking, um, and tells the daughter, "Don't move away from this pole. I'm going to the store or something. I'll be right back." But the dad never came back. So the daughter, she stands there for a few hours and she sits, and it's cold. Like when nighttime comes, it's cold where she was at. Thankfully, he left her with a blanket, and she laid down and went to sleep. And the next morning, she woke up very confused because her dad never come back, and she took off walking to go try to find her dad, and they found her like a little ways away from where she had originally. Her dad left her to go to the bar or something, but lied and said he was going to the store, and then like never showed back up to get her. It's just so heartbreaking. 3 to 3 could also be a 30-degree angle with a third degree. Okay, well, how bad is that? Oh my goodness, Candy. My brother and sister-in-law were in Panama a few days ago, and oh my God, man, it just makes me think of my kids. I can't even take it. So there's a place that's like an hour. If TT's on here, she'll know where I'm talking about. It's called Buttercup Cupcakes, and let me tell you guys, this is my favorite. It's called Salted Caramel, and this is literally, it's heaven in your mouth. Let me tell you guys. 100 degree is huge, so 30 isn't that bad. So that makes me feel better. But anyone in here that knows more about it, would they say 30 would be where maybe I should have him in a brace? Yes, love salted caramel. I can eat a dozen of these by myself. Oh, goodness. I love it. So good. Schedule an appointment with Shiner. Okay. What? There's a video on YouTube that literally looks like the little girl is deceased. It's triggering. Man. I just want to say kids deserve so much love and life. Like, I'm one of those moms, like, if I don't pay my kids attention, I feel guilty. If my house ain't clean, I feel guilty. Like, when me and Sean first met, I would not like sit down because I would constantly be like, oh, picking up after my kids and feeding my kids. And, he got to where he would finally start saying, like, it's okay if the house is messy for a bit, Net. And I would tell him, no, it's not. That my kids don't deserve to have a messy house. Like, that's not okay for them. They deserve a clean house. Like, so I've always been like, kids deserve so much. Like, that they deserve love. They don't deserve to be taken to some daggum apartment complex they've never been to and dropped off so you can go to a bar. Like, it just don't even make sense to me. Charlotte Bell. but you can't order doctors. I've learned that. Yeah. The greater angle of the curvature, the greater the risk. At 20 degrees, only about 20% curve for breast. Young people diagnosed with curvature, however, have a risk of for progression of 60% of the curve degree. Hold up. So you're saying if his is 30-degree curve, his chance of progression is 60%? Charlottesville is a really pretty name. I actually like that. Actually, oh, it's weird. So, no, I really like that. Hey, first time here. Hey, Ellen chat. Hey, Tyra Nicole. Nicole. Tyra Nicole? Or no, how did I say Nicole? I'm bad at pronouncing names. My son is at 65-degree. Take him to a specialist and fight for physical therapy as well, not just for the brace. Okay. I adopted 3 special need babies, and now they're teenagers, and they deserve love, clean home, and lots of love. Yes. Oh my God, yes. How's Paris driving by herself going? I mean, she loves it. Me, not so much. I mean, it's helpful. I always thought, like, oh, can't wait till my kids can drive. That way, when I need something from the store, I can just send them to the store. That way, then Paris can take the kids to school. But it's so not like that. We have a Shriners here, classy mom. Well, not here. We have a Shriners that's about an hour and a half away from us. It's not like Paris is that way. Paris, like, you need something from the store? You need something from Walmart? You want to take kids to school? Like, she will literally get up, like, so the high school got out before the elementary. So she gets out of school, but the elementary, they have like a few more days left of school. And she wakes up those days to take the kids to school because she's like, I'll take the kids to school. So she likes to go everywhere, but I stress so bad. I like the names Emmeline, and they. Those are cute. Let me see if I know any unique names. Uh, I thought that you thought that when you said you could come stay with me, and I wasn't going to correct you. I was just going to be like, okay, if I go to Shriners over there, I'll come stay with you. No lie, I would love to go stay with you anyways, though. I would love to like go hang out with my people. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the boot. Oh, thank you. Where's it? I want to get. I think I'm gonna get a stud though. I just don't know what size to get because I don't remember what size this is. But I do want to get a stud. Taking a shower but listening. Make sure you wash that booty, CC. Get it good and clean. Kerrigan. Yep, I know someone named Kerrigan. Actually, there's a little girl named Kerrigan that's about 4 houses down. Shaylin. Never found. I know somebody named Shaylin. She's probably a little bit older than me. Yeah. Wash that booty and send me the bath water. I'm just picking. Matt wants a bath water. I have a stud, but want a ring. Yeah, when I got mine pierced, he was gonna do a stud, and I was like, no, I want a ring. But now I think I want a stud. Work at a hospital by review or surgery, so I'm looking for when the doctors mess up. Oh, Tegan, that's a good name. That's a pretty name. That's different. Tegan. Paris had a little friend named Keegan. I don't think I know any Teagans. Rose, your daughter's name is Topanga. I love Topanga. Corey and Topanga. Yes, indeed. Casey, my daughter's name is Kinley. That's Paris's middle name, Paris Kinley, but it's spelled different. Actually, but the way you spelled that is actually one of the ways that I was going to spell her name. I had a bunch of different ways that I wanted to spell it, and then whenever I had her, I just went with the most generic spelling of it. So her name is spelled like this. Let me get it in here. I can give you that. Okay, so that's how I ended up spelling her name. But I had the way that you spelled it, and I had all other kind of like Chrissy Teigen. That's her last name though. So Rain, I like that name. I do like the name Rain. I'm from the boot and a proud running mouth for the cause of racism for the law. Play my stuff. I'm gonna get us another strike. Holden and Parker, those are cute. Madison K, Mackenzie Grace, Kylie Lane. I love what are the names called where they can be boy and girl? The other day swear. The other day, me and my kids were talking about names that are for boy, for, it could be a girl or a boy name. And I said, I really like bisexual names. And my kids busted out laughing. And I was like, that is not what it's called. But since then, I've not been able to remember what it's called when there's a name like Bobby can be a boy or a girl name. What's that called? What's it called? Eliza Grace, Hamina, Rose, unisex. Unisex. I called it bisexual. My kids were like, "Ma, no, not Naruto. Naruto. That's different." My middle name is Ane, Ane, Aneha, Neha. That's cute. Let me think. Okay, so Millie and Max. That's really cute. I really like that. Charlie. Okay, Charlie was one of the names that I really liked. And my stepdad, who raised me, was named Charlie. So I actually considered naming yeah, one of my girls Charlie. So the way that I come up with Paris, hey Team Mom Shade Room, I just saw you in the chat. So the way that I come up with Paris's name, so when I got pregnant, I was 17. I had her when I was 18, but I was 17, and while I was pregnant, I saw a little girl on the news talking about something that happened at her school. It was something like scary that happened. I don't think it was a shooting, but maybe like a fire or something. She was like this little 8-year-old little girl, and her name was Paris. And that was the first time I had heard that. I did not know Paris Hilton. This was before Paris Hilton was like a thing. However, right after I had Paris, Paris Hilton become a thing, and then people would ask, "Did you name Paris after Paris Hilton?" And I'm like, "Why would I name my daughter, my precious baby, after Paris Hilton? Who would do that?" So that's where I got Paris from, the little girl in the news. And then I got Kinley out of a baby book. So I was at my aunt's house, and we were trying to come up with a middle name, and I found Kinley. And so then on a piece of paper, we all wrote down different ways to spell Kinley. And I think one of the ways that I was going to do it was like this. This was one way, that, and like that. There were so many ways, but then I just settled on this way, the last one. Um, do you think it's good to have a lot of clothes? I have a lot of clothes. I think it's good to have a lot of clothes. Ezra. Oh, I like that name. I like the name Ezra. Ryan and Ryder. I like that name. Jacoby. Caden. My son Caden has a really good friend named Jacoby. Oh, that's a yeah. Yeah, I have a friend with the daughter named Kelly. I really like the name. Now we almost named Tilly. I like the name Tilly. I saw somebody else. Tinley. I know someone with a daughter named Tinley and a son named Talon. Those are two unique names that I've never heard of, Tinley and Talon. My kids' names are kinda unisex. Taylor, female. Yep. Tyler, male. Trey, male. And Tegan, male. My nephew's name is Trey. But let's see, what was I going to say? So, how many kids do you have, and what's their names? I have 6 kids, and my oldest is Paris, and then Caden, boy, Eli, boy, Christian, boy, Dakota, boy, and then Kennedy, girl. So, we're talking about our kids and their names and how we come up with their names. Now, when we got pregnant with Eli, Sean wanted to name him Enoch. Let's see. I don't remember how. I think this is how you spell it. Um, but we didn't. We went with Eli instead. Enoch is a name from the Bible. But then we watched that movie, The Book of Eli, and Sean really liked that. So we went with. Now, had we named him Enoch, I don't think I've ever heard of another Enoch. So that definitely would have been different. My stepbrother's name is Dylan. Magnolia. Oh, I like that. I like Magnolia. Phoenix, that's really cute. Reese, Zane, husband said no. Those are both cute. Honestly, I don't know if I care for Kennedy's middle name. Um, but we named her. Her middle name is after Sean's grandmother. Sean's grandmother's name is Johnny Lee. So back in the day, apparently, like women would get like so. Sean's grandmother's name is Johnny Lee, and then my kids have a granny who is not biologically their granny, but they all call her granny, and her name is Johnny Ann. So Johnny used to be like a popular girl name. I'm Christian too, but I like Eli better. How do you pronounce that? August. That's pretty. That's different. Um, Keniston? Keniston? My daughter's name is Elaney. Kind of like Gemma. Oh, Gemma from like Sons of Anarchy? Or is that, what's her name? Was it Gemma? Can't lie, I don't know about my daughter's middle name, but that's the only name her dad could come up with. Yeah, so Kennedy's name is, her middle name is Lee, and it's spelled like this. Um, my son made fun of Zane, said it's a dog's name. I like Zane. Clark, which is my mom's maiden name. My cousins, I have some cousins, last name Clark. Um, I've got to go hunt for CBD. I'm in need. It helps, but not the real deal. They have gummies. What are you doing? Like gummies or like the other kind? Oh, my cousin. My cousin has. I actually have pictures. I don't know if she will want me to show one here, but my cousin has a little boy named Grayson, and we call him Gray. So cute. Um, so Kennedy is like Kennedy Lee, but I feel like that's like runs together too much. Kennedy Lee. Kennedy Lee. Like now, I wish I would have named her like I said something the other day and I was like, oh, that would have fit so much better. Kennedy, what did I say the other day? Kennedy Marie, maybe? Kennedy Marie or Kennedy Nicole or Kennedy Grace? Kennedy Grace. Maybe, I don't know. The other day, I like threw out some weird name. Not weird, but just a different name. And I was like, oh, that would have went so much better. But, it is what it is. Found a new channel without a crystal ball. Makes a bad move. Creep shower. Um, Kennedy Grace. Maybe it was Grace, Kennedy Grace, because I was like, that makes so much more sense than Kennedy Lee. My dad's first name is Robert, so I got his first name. Owen. I like that. Oh, my nephew's name is Owen. I have a nephew named Owen. I have a nephew named Gus. So this is really weird. So one of mine and Sean's favorite shows together or movies together was Lonesome Dove. And one of the main characters is Gus. Sean used to say, you want to cut cards for a poke? I'm going to cut cards for a poke. If any of you guys watch Lonesome Dove, you guys know what that means. So my husband said our youngest name runs together. Megan Amanda. I was sick 40 weeks with all my kids, so I won on the middle name. It's all right. It's two first names, but it's good. Next year, Alabama legalizes THC in some forms, not smokable or vapable. I don't know how they plan to. Maybe gummies. I don't know. So, our favorite movie was Lonesome Dove, and favorite character was Gus. So when we got our first like dog together, we named him Augustus McCrae Bass because that was the guy's name on the show, Augustus McCrae. So we named our dog Augustus McCrae, and then obviously he's part of our family, so Bass is the last name. Well, the dog ended up getting ran over. Oh, devastated, devastated. Sean was super close to that dog, and then Sean's brother got married and had a baby, and they named the baby Augustus McCrae Bass, and they called him Gus. So it's really weird because we had a dog named Gus for a long time, and then they named their son Gus. So Geraldine. I named my son. Why? How do I know that name, Geraldine? I always tried to think of every way a name could get teased or made up on episode kids all have. Okay, so yep, that I'm glad you said that. It makes me think of a story. So Sean's brother, when his wife was pregnant, they were gonna have a boy, and it was when The Walking Dead was like really big, and they were gonna name the baby, who was a boy, Dixon. Dixon. Dixson. Dixon. Well, Sean's brother was like in college, and he was at school one day, and he was telling his friend, "We're gonna name him Dixon," and the friend was like, "Dixon Bass," and Joe was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I would not do that if I was you," and Joe was like, "Why?" He was like, "Dixon Bass," and Joe was like, he's like, it kind of sounds like Dicks and Ass, and so they changed it, and I think they went with Tucker for that one. Maybe they changed the name anyways. Ollie. Um, Sean has an uncle Ollie. He's passed away, but they're thinking of the name Yasmin. Do you have any baby girl names in mind? Yasmin is a pretty name. There's also a YouTuber named Yasmin that covers teen mom stuff. Amberlita Kareem, Felicia Renee, Lorenzo, Harley, Miley, Celeste, Lainey, K-Soup. Those are unique. Ellen Alicia ended up nannying for a little girl named Alicia Ellen. Wow. They changed it to Wax and Booty. Wax and Booty. That's so funny. No, but that's funny. I like someone said the name Eleanor earlier. I do like the name Eleanor. Voted for Owen. I like the name. I'm really getting into older style names now. Um, when I was younger, though, I wasn't. But now that I'm getting older, I do like older names now. Jared Thomas. Um, at our church, there's a little girl named Betsy. Cute little redheaded girl. She's named Betsy, and her sister's name is Mabel. Betsy and Mabel. Fallon is popular here in New Zealand. That's my sister-in-law's name. She was she was going to name her baby Dixon Bass. Her and Joe. Fallon and Joe. Joe Mama. Ooh, I need some more of this cupcake. Mm. I'm going to get so fat. Man, that's good. Eleanor is your nickname, Willow? I didn't know that. My niece's middle name is my mom's name, Sandra. I have an aunt Sandra. Clint Allen. You don't hear that. You don't hear that a lot. Clint Allen. Nuh-uh. You don't. Miles. Of course, I said if he goes to Canada, they'll call him Kilometer. That's funny. That is so funny. I have a Jackson, Charlie. Oh, Ella and Teddy. So, my cousin, he named his little boy Jeb, and they have a little girl named Vivian. Mabel. Mhm. I was Eleanor. My cat is called Bruce. One of my old school boyfriend's name was Bruce. One of my first like semi-serious boyfriends, his name was Bruce. And then my sister ended up marrying Bruce's brother, Eric. They're not married anymore. Thank you for including me in your conversation. I'm going to prepare for my reading. If anyone is interested in what I find, you can send me an email at madamfirechild@hotmail.com. Yes, absolutely. I'm glad you hopped by for a little bit. Thank you. Dior. I like the name Dior. I'm going to start calling you Eleanor Candy. Sometimes we call Candy Candida. Temperance. That's a pretty name. You used to like the name Jade, but Team Mom ruined it for you. Kayla, were you in timeout? What'd you do, Kayla? Are you being bad? Kayla, don't be bad. No, I don't know why you were in timeout. That girl that was over here the other night, she like went over to another stream and was like, I got timed out. And I'm like, I didn't do it, but I stand behind my mod that did it. Okay, Sadiq. Sadiq? Sadiq? Okay, wait. Sorry, put this, but so proud of my granddaughter named Aurora Amberlin. That's a pretty name. That's different. It's pretty. Okay. Kayla, I think it was an accident. My sis named her daughter Kaylee, and my cousin named her daughter Bailey. Kaylee and Bailey. Yeah, I think it was an accident. I'm sorry. Um, Willow says she went to potty and she come back and Kayla was timed out. All the other mods are like, it wasn't me. Yeah, we're sorry. I always wanted to name my kid something super unique, but ended up fostering to adopt my son. We kept his first name and gave him a family middle name, so his name is Caden. And so common. My son's name is Caden. And let me tell you, so when I had Caden, because I thought, okay, when I decided on Paris's name, Paris Kinley, I thought that's unique. I don't know any Parises. I don't know any Kinleys. Then when she like 2 years later, Paris Hilton comes out, and I'm like, oh great. I do like the name Kendra and Linda. I do like those names. So oh man, Chrissy Lynn been having earthquakes. That's scary. Oh, Willow said her puppy did it. Bad dog. It is easy to time people out, especially if the chat's going fast and you're meaning to time someone else out. It can move right as you like click it, and you can time the person out below them. Um, so then, so as when Paris got like with the age of 5, Paris Hilton was like full blown celebrity pretty much, and the name was tainted. And then I knew of a couple Kinleys, so I thought, oh, her name's not unique. Then I get pregnant with Kaden. So I did not know any Cadens at all. No Cadens. So name him Caden. His middle name is Adam. Caden Adam. We named him after a boy that got killed in a car accident that I was very close to. um, Paris makes the name beautiful. Oh, thank you, Eleanor. I appreciate that. So I named Caden Adam. Adam, which is very generic. It's normal. It's not anything, you know. And for some reason, I spelled it. For some reason, I spelled Caden's name like this. I'm gonna blame it on the drugs that they give you from having a kid. He's a boy, and apparently, when you name a child a name like that, the Y in it makes it feminine. So if I would have left the Y out, it would be more masculine. But apparently, the Y makes kind of. And then when Caden started school, all these Cadens are Caden, Hayden, Jaden, all these Hayden, Candy has a Hayden. Like all these names are coming out that are either just like his, but spelled different, or similar to his. So then I'm like, yeah, there goes that Candy. No, just kidding. So yeah, and then with Eli, I wasn't so much about worried about uniqueness, or I would have went with Enoch. At that point, if I was worried about it being something different, I would have went with Enoch. But we just liked Eli at that time. And then Christian, um, um, so Eli's middle name is Bronson, Eli Bronson, and then Christian's middle name is Christian Levi. I have to say, my husband listening to your live. He loves the way you speak. Oh, thank you, Melinda's husband. I'm so glad you like the way I speak. Some people think I sound stupid. Caden is 13. He's 13, Candy. Bentley's brother, Zebulon, or Zebedee. That's definitely different. My brother's best friend's son is Aiden. My mom had a different name. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Cecilia Joy. She never liked that name. I said, if I have a girl, I'm naming her after, and we can call her CJ for sure. That's pretty. Elena, Dior, Nicole, Yasmin, Kinsley, Willow, Kinley, Eleanor, Lenore, etc. Those are cute. My son's middle name is, how do you pronounce that? Shinghai? Shinghai? Aw. My son's kindergarten teacher was so attached to him that she named her daughter after him. His name is Jordan, and she named her daughter Jordan with a Y. Yeah, the Y makes it feminine. I've always been called Kelly, even though it was my middle name. When my stepdad adopted me when I was 12, I went from Reggie Kellen McCarn to Kelly Scott Matthews. Oh, wow. So much better. That's right, him and Hayden are the same age. Yeah. You're making him blush. He didn't realize where'd he go? It just popped. You're making him blush. He didn't realize he doesn't watch YouTube, but he likes your accent. He's from Tennessee. Oh, okay. Tennessee. Do y'all sound like us in Tennessee or not really? Do I sound like a little bit more country than people in Tennessee? I named my daughter after a character from my favorite TV show. Joe, cool. I have 19 nieces and nephews and all. That's awesome. I bet you are a great uncle. Alexa G, you seem like such a good person to be around. I think so. I think so. I think I'm fun to be around. Drexel. Hold up. Where have I heard the name Drexel? That name is, I've heard that name before. Maybe it was just Drex. Oh, from that kid's show, where the kid takes this job, but really the job is a superhero, and he works for this older superhero. I don't remember, but one of the bad guys' name was Drex. How did my name become Elle Bee? Okay, so I started my channel. Her maiden name was Brock. You talk like her, very comforting. Oh, I'm sorry, Valerie. She's from Louisiana. I don't think I know any Brocks though. Not like last name. Your country accent is cute. I have one too. I'm from Texas. I live in Cali now, so kind of like Valley Girl Texas accent. Got you. Elisa? Is your name Elisa? Odin and Nolan. That's pretty. So, Drax. The villain. Is it Moonraker? No, it's, what's that show? Blonde-headed boy, and he wears this red and blue superhero outfit. My mom's maiden name is Lemons, and I'm kind of salty that she took my. I know. I like the last name Lemons. Athena. Shingi. 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 Okay, so my name went from what it was to what it is now. It's because when I started my YouTube channel, I never thought in a million years that I would actually gain a following. I just done it because mom of six, been a stay-at-home mom for a few years now, and I just felt like I need something of my own that's fun for me. So I actually started doing makeup reviews and stuff, and then like a month into that, I love the name Maddox as well. A month into that, I done a video about Teen Mom, Janelle Easton and David Easton, and that video really took off like overnight. None of my videos had like over 60 views in like the month that I had been doing videos. I had like, I don't know, like 60 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Like not that many. And then I do this one Teen Mom video, and I wake up the next day and I have like 1,300 uh, views on that one video, and I have like 300 subscribers, and I'm like, holy schmoly, Henry Danger, that's what it is, Henry Danger. So I'm like, wow, I need to stay in this. Like, this is where I need to be. I need to cover reality television, Teen Mom. So that's what I done. Well, then I come across someone else. Well, I didn't come across someone else. Another YouTuber was doing the same type of content. Went after me really hard, called me all kinds of names. There was a little bit of a back and forth. And then she paid for my financials and she blasted them on her channel. And she said things that weren't true about it. I've gotten hate messages. I've gotten, comments left on my channel that we've had to delete because they're just rude and mean and ugly. My sister got threatened. Someone threatened to call CPS on my sister. The other creator said, "Oh, she needs to be worried about CPS, like investigating her." So, to protect myself going forward, I said, "Well, this is my. Not only do I enjoy doing this as a hobby, but this is my career. Like, I plan on doing this for the next however long I can, 10, 20, whatever years that I can. I want to do this. And I plan to keep building." Thank you so much, Alexa G. Thank you. Um, so I'm like, I need to change my name because just say in a year I have 100,000 subscribers, which I'm projected to, by the way. I'm projected to have 100,000 subscribers in a year. Actually, in a year, I think it'll be a little over 100,000 subscribers. So I'm like, I need people. I don't want people to know me by my real name anymore. I would prefer people only know me by Elle Bee. So I was like, I need to come up with a name, a new name. Sean told me from jump, like, you don't need to use your real name. I'm like, oh, it don't matter. I'm not gonna. It's not like I'm gonna have like a million viewers. Like, I didn't really think I would even have 100 viewers. So I was like, what am I gonna call my channel? Well, people already had started calling me Elle Bee, just like this kind of Elle Bee. That's what people called me a lot. Like, if people were tweeting about me, it was Elle Bee, that, just like that. So I said, well, I could change it to Elle Bee, but that's very short and initials. So I thought, well, why don't I spell it? Why don't I make my name the spelling of my initials? So that's how I come up with Elle Bee, like that. I just spelled my initials. So, and I like it. I think it suits me. Do you guys think it suits me for my name to be Elle? I think so. I'm good. Just got an 8-week-old German Shepherd puppy who wants. Aw. I watch Teen Mom with my wife. Why? Because I'm a good husband. But those ladies on the show get on my last nerve. Jeez Louise, my wife watches Big Bang Theory with me. Yeah, Sean will watch Teen Mom with me sometimes. I mean, not a whole lot because most of the time I'm watching it on my phone as I'm like washing dishes or taking a bath or something like that. But when I can like lay down and watch it, like I can get him to watch it with me sometimes. Uh, Carly, I mean, I can't expect everybody just to go from calling me my real name to Elle Bee like overnight. So I knew it was going to take time. I wish people would never call me by my real name because I want that to just disappear, but I know that's not going to happen. I feel like some people do it purposely. Like, there's one YouTuber, she has initials as a name as well. And I feel like when she talks about me, she purposely calls me by my real name because she knows I'm trying to get away from that. That does bother me if I feel like somebody's doing it on purpose. Um, if they do it by accident, just because they're used to that, it doesn't. But usually, if I see it, I'll try to reach out to the person and be like, "Hey, next time, can you just call me Elle Bee?" Like, I'm not mad. So no, I don't get mad if I truly think it's an accident. Like, there was a video that was put up the other day, not too long ago, and my name was in the title, and it was my real name. So I tweeted at the person and was like, "Would you be so kind as to change that to Elle Bee, please?" just because I really want to get away from my real name. I'm in Florida with a New York accent. Um, Miniature Dutch Hound loves me so much. That's awesome. That's so sweet, Joe. Sonny, he'll usually go to bed with Paris at first, and then in the middle of the night, like all of our other kids, he'll come get in bed with us, and he loves to cuddle with Mama. Sean took a picture of us this morning, like asleep, because Sonny was like sleeping right up there with me. Somebody else asked something else that I wanted to that I wanted to. Am I still doing radio? I haven't in a while, and it's just because it's very hard for me to do. But I know the owner really well, and he's always told me if you ever want to come back, call me and we'll get you back on. So, um, oh, you're in Arkansas. I have family in Arkansas. Scranton. I think they're in Scranton. Um, so, I love doing radio. I love doing radio almost just as much as I love doing YouTube. It just comes so natural to me, and I enjoy it so much. But our show started at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I live an hour from the station, so I had to leave here like a little before 6. So that put me getting up at like 4:30 to get ready. So it's very difficult. Don't you dare! I miss your cute face. I'm not going nowhere. When Kenny starts school, you should go to the radio one day and plug your channel. I know, right? I definitely should. It's 11:32 here, which I'm gonna have to get off in a little bit because I got to work on my I got to work on my video about Kale, Sue, and Brianna. I'm really trying to get my channel growing, you guys. On YouTube, Meadowlark Lemon has a Burger King commercial. That's cool. I'm in Arkansas, but I also live in Oklahoma. See, that's my cousin. She met her well, I say my cousin, but it's actually Sean's cousin. She met her now ex-wife in Oklahoma, and then my cousin Adam met his current wife in Oklahoma, but they lived in Arkansas at the time. That's really cool, Political Woodstock. I love doing radio. Kale did not get fired. Um, Kale was off one episode, and that was only because what was going on in her life at the time, she did not want to record, and the producers wanted her to record it, and she refused. So they had her sit out one episode. I just like a regular Whopper, like a regular Whopper. I just brushed my teeth, but now I'm eating. Now it's all messed up, but it's a cupcake, and it is a salted caramel cupcake. So good, make you want to slap your mama. Oh Lord, I was about to say something that I was definitely gonna regret. Do you think she's with Javi again? Kale? Oh man, I hope not. Oh, you're talking about Lauren. You're talking about Lauren, aren't you? Is Elle a transgender? Me? Am I trans? I have 6 kids. No, I'm not. I'm not transgender. I was I'm not transgender. My 1-year-old just woke up, so we gotta go tend to him. Good night, Rachel. So run our channel as always. You do a major part of the job, everything you do a major job with breaking down the information. And thank you, Adam. Thank you so much, Adam. So yeah, Christy Lynn, they certainly should. So Kale is suing Brianna because Brianna went live on IG, and she done an interview with Celeb Buzz. I have a video coming up, okay? So watch the video. More information will be in the video. But Brianna said that Kale had beat Chris up and had broken Chris' mama's house. And Kale says that did not happen. So she's suing Brianna. And you know, Brittany, Brianna's sister, she ain't holding back. She is. Will Flossie be on again? I don't know. I think Flossie misses YouTube, but I think, well, one thing, I know her husband was very upset at everything that happened. I know Luke, he hated it. We all hated it, but Luke really was upset at how Abram's death was made into this, like, people just used it, you know, and then the way Flossie was treated. So I don't know. I don't know if she'll ever come on again. I would let her come on if she wants to. But I don't know if her husband would be happy if she did. So I would love to have her back. What made me choose YouTube? I watched a lot of YouTube. So at the time, I was watching makeup channels a lot. So before I started my channel for like the past year, I was watching Tati Westbrook every day, James Charles every day, and not James Charles every day, Tati Westbrook every day, Jeffree Star every day, and James Charles like every other day. Um, I really, really loved their channels. So I thought I can make a YouTube channel. And I wasn't making it to be successful or to grow or to have more than one or two people. Not Laura Lee. I don't know. I never come across Laura Lee. Like until she like was out there for doing something. She done something. And then she was like making an apology video where she was crying and people thought it was like fake. And there were a few others that I watched, but Tati, Jeffree Star, and James Charles, they were probably the three that I watched the most. So that's why when I started my channel, it was makeup. I started, and I'm not good at makeup. I can't even do a decent eyeshadow look. But I just thought I don't have to be good at makeup, right? I'll just try on different kinds of makeups, like cheap makeup, expensive makeup, and see how it works. And I'll tell them. It's very hard to get into. It's very, very, very hard to get into the makeup, the beauty community as a YouTuber. Like very, very hard. I do like Christina Randall. I like Christina Randall too, but she don't do beauty. What does she do? What does she do? Like she cover like Chris Watts a lot, right? I still have my Teen Mom videos up. I actually filmed one earlier, and I have to edit it and put it up. I found your channel from Without a Crystal Ball, and I was just like, why? What the heck is going on? Who is this person and that person? So much drama. I know. I hate. I feel like the people that watch Katie that only listen to her and don't come over here to watch me, they probably think I'm like this terrible person because of the things that she says about me. But I'm not. Like I'm really not. Um, Raw Beauty Christy. Her vlog channel does beauty stuff, but she went to prison. Yeah, yeah. I remember she went to prison. I did know that. So there was another. Right. People acting insane and vicious made the internet as a whole look awful. I was embarrassed at what Flossie had to see. Yeah, it was terrible. During such a horrible time, too. Like, could it have gotten any worse? I watch your content because it's refreshing. Thank you, Christy Lynn. Thank you. That makes me feel so good. I'm in the cable. I'm in the cable and no woods. I'm in the woods, no cable, and I'm obsessed with YouTube. I've been there before. I've lived so far back in the boondocks before that there's no service, no internet. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I was a real YouTube junkie, I guess you could say. I watched it all the time. So then I was just like, because I was like mom mode all day, every day. I was like, I just need something that I do after the kids go to bed that I enjoy. Thank you, Evolution. Your channel is fair and kind, no mess. Yeah, try not to be messy. Um, I can separate people. Thank you for lack of a better word. Thank you. Yeah, because KJ always says that I'm like a terrible person and I'm behind all this trolling for her, and I'm not. I have nothing to do with that. I hate that she says that. First video I ever watched of yours was super late live stream when Matt B was on. I've watched you ever since. Was it a good one? Was it like a good stream that he was on? Lake Victoria, I think it's called. That's down south. Yeah, that's down south, Christy. So that's about 3 hours south of me. Clausen. She had her baby on the 7th. Lake Charles. I know exactly where Lake Charles is. I think we do have a Lake Victoria too. When she brought up your financials, I was so through with her. I never liked her from the get-go, but when I heard that, I was done. Yeah, that was a low blow because she released my financials like 2 weeks after my nephew passed away. We were going through a lot. I had been sick. She had struck my channel. And then she didn't even tell him right. Like, she didn't even tell my financials right. She said that I hadn't I hadn't paid my car note and that my car was about to be repossessed. Thank you. Your actions show what a great value. I'm in Baton Rouge. Know who that is? I forgot you were friends with Matt. Has he tried reaching out? Yes, he has. Honestly, never heard her talking about you. I miss watching her for so much. Oh, well, that's good because that's really good. I'm glad that you have it. She was talking about me the other night on IG, and then she posted some tweets about me the other day as well. Unfortunately, but is what it is. Thank you, Melinda. He was my friend first. You can have him. So when Tracy Wagaman passed away, what's crazy is Matt has my number. I have his number, but he went through someone else and was like, hey, if you want to know anything concerning Tracy, let me know, because him and Tracy dated for 25 seconds. So, I don't know why he didn't text me directly and say, hey, like, look, me and Tracy had a relationship. So if you do, I know you're covering her passing and you are covering her having a baby. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I don't know why he just didn't come to me, but instead he went to somebody else. Exactly, Candy. It was Thanksgiving night. Okay, yeah. It was the night before Thanksgiving, yeah. Exactly, Candy. Yeah, I definitely don't have to pretend to be nice because I'm just nice. I'm just a nice person. Sometimes too nice. I'm getting better with that, though. I'm getting better with that. Yeah, Joe, she should. Y'all sound pretty much the same. My husband, but we're from Florida, but I speak with a New Yorker accent. So, like, in New York, is that like a Boston accent? Or is there like a difference? Let me see if Kay has messaged me back. I'm going to try to make sure I do that video tomorrow. If anybody's messaged me, I'll respond after. Tati is so pretty. She's just so pretty. Tati is so pretty. And I've had a couple people tell me that I look like Tati, and I'm like, y'all are lying to me. No, I don't. I live in Nebraska and at the festival in a small town. See where John and Hermione were there. Really? That's really cool. Sumo. Like sumo wrestling? Like sumo wrestling? That's really cool. I would, because I think it would be really cool. Are you about sumo wrestling? That's really cool. Where do you watch it at? Like just on YouTube you watch it? You and Sloan are the only channels I like, are the only channels I watch like this. I love Sloan. I never catch him live, but I always watch his replays. I would love to do a collab with Sloan. Love Sloan. Do I look like Tati? Shut the front door. Hold on, let me give my hair a little volume and texture. Now I'm just making myself look like a messy fool. No, I don't. I'm trying to pose and I look stupid. Hold on, let me see. Maybe from the side a little bit. I don't know. Wishful thinking. I want to see your shirt. It's a jacket. I'm just wearing like a pullover jacket. Hold on. It's just a jacket with a hood. You're prettier to me, but I'm biased. Oh, no offense, Patati, but you're prettier. Y'all are lying. No, thank you. I will accept the lies. I don't like liars, but in this case, I'm loving you. I think maybe it's Victoria's Secret, or maybe it's not. It's Paris's. So me and Paris steal each other's clothes. I think I steal her clothes more than she steals mine, to be quite honest. And when I buy her clothes, I'm always like, I'm gonna wear this. Every time I buy, well, pants are kind of getting difficult because she's taller than me, so it is kind of hard to wear her pants now. I have to either like roll them up a little bit, or I have to wear like heels or something. Paris Jackson, no, my daughter Paris. My daughter Paris is 16. Oh, thank you so much for the Cash App. Oh, thank you. Rosemary, thank you for the Cash App payment. I appreciate that so much. We do resemble. She has more masculine features. Have you guys ever seen her twin sisters? So she done this video one time, and it was like cheap makeup versus expensive makeup, and she done like cheap on one sister and expensive on the other sister. But on the thumbnail, you see all three of them, and I thought I was seeing like three Tatis. I think short bob would be great on you. I actually had a shorter, so my hair when used to be really long, and people actually, my hair was like a thing on YouTube, like this long, really shiny looking hair was a thing, and then I cut it to like here. Yeah, I cut it to like here a while back, and it's just now kind of growing out. But when I was younger, I actually had a stack that come down like this, and it's stacked in the back. But my hair was brown, so I didn't look like no Karen or nothing. Oh my goodness. I just hit my hand. I dropped my phone, and when I bent down to get it, I literally hit my head right on the desk. Oh my god, I was about to knock myself out. What a fool, what a fool. Let me see. Most of y'all know what Paris look like, but I'm going to show y'all that don't. Let me see. Oh, must be. This is when Dakota was in the hospital from after he got his blood, his 2 blood transfusions. This was like the day they were gonna let us go home. My sweet baby. But before he went, he literally had no color to him at all. Yeah, a lot of people loved my long. I loved my long hair, but I just needed something different because I had long hair for so long. I just cut it to my shoulders because I just couldn't. I feel you. Like, I just needed something different. So let's see. It was my darling. My darling, my darling. Where are you, Tutti Frutti, Stinky Booty? I have so many pictures in my phone that I need to delete from like different videos that I done. It's like still shots still from. Okay, so here is Monica becoming a member. Thank you so much. I don't know why I was standing weird in this video, in this picture, but I was standing kind of weird. So in the red is my, you know what, hold on. I'm going to email it to myself and open it up where you guys can actually see it. Rather than just trying to use this, like hold the phone up. Oh, my family is known the Douglas for years. Political was really? That is so cool. That's pretty cool. I would love to talk to them. There's a lot going on with the Duggars right now. Really crazy. Are they friends with them? Get off here. Tea overflow. My hair was just above my butt. I cut it a couple of months ago after I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah. Oh, what did you do here? Elle Bee? Okay, let me show you guys how pretty my daughter is. And like I try to get the other night when she come home, I try to get her to come in and say hey, which I do try to keep my kids off my channel because people like to talk crap and stuff. So like I try to keep people off my channel. But the other day I was like talking about Paris, so I wanted her to come say hey, and she just come over and like she was like hey. She didn't say she wouldn't get into the camera, but I'll show you guys a picture of her. Are you KJ Secret Store? Yes, my mother met my father at Grandma Mary's wedding. Oh, that's so cool. You better be careful because people might reach out to you about that now if people know that you know them. Sean loved my long hair too. And when I would tell him like I want to cut it out, and he'd be like, "Oh, I don't want you to, but if you want to," so I knew that he really didn't, but I did, and I didn't tell him. I did not tell Sean that I was cutting it. I just cut it, and then I come home, or actually I called him. I called him after I was like leaving the salon. No, I was actually in the salon. They had just like chopped it all off, and he calls a FaceTime call to see where I'm at because I should have been on my way home, right? So he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, sitting in the hair, and he's like, "Hey, where you at?" And he's like, "You cut your hair?" I was like, "Yeah," and everybody could hear him, and I told him, I was like, I don't know what he's gonna say. He's like, "You cut your hair?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "It looks good," and so I was like, "Thanks, babe." So here is my mother still has the red velvet bridesmaid dress. Scandalous wedding. Hey, Lauren Booth. That's a unique way to spell Lauren. I'm new here. Welcome. So this is my daughter right here. She looks like me. She looks like me. Looks like me. Everybody says she looks like me. This is obviously me. I don't know why I'm standing weird like that. My hips do not poke out that much. I don't know how that happened. Uh, what is that? Is that like her bouquet? I don't know how anyways, and this is my niece Morgan. And they were going to prom. Yeah, so do you think it's sweet when women dress up? I admire beauty. Yeah, I think it is because, um, oh, thank you, Lauren. Thank you. I love your channel. You seem so genuine and tell it like it is unbiased. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, Paris is she is tall and she just, I just love her so much. Love my niece so much too. Uh, what was I going to say? Yes, Joe. I think it's nice for women to dress up sometimes. When Sean worked offshore and he would be gone for 14, 21 days, I would try to make sure, like on the day that he come home, that I was dressed up. Like, and cute outfit with my hair and makeup done and everything. Um, because I just wanted him to come home to me looking, you know, great. Now, the more kids I had, there were times I didn't, because I was just so tired and I've always been anemic, and then I had bad pregnancies. Is your niece more stubborn or red faces sometimes? No, my niece is literally such a good girl. Like she's in church. She is like head of the choir. She well, she was dating the preacher's son. Um, no, she's a really good girl. Now I have other nieces that not so much. But this one in particular, her and my Paris are best friends, and she is just such a good influence on people, on little kids. She's a good, like she got the student of the year award for the community. Was it our citizen of the year or teenager of the year or something? And she won a bike and like $200, and it was a big bike. It was because she was like 13 or 14 when she won it. And maybe it was a school thing because I think all the teachers voted on it. But it wasn't held at the school. I remember that. I'm from Louisiana. Hey Lauren, my moderator Matt Schizo and Stereo, he's from Mississippi. Thank you, that chick, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. I will be doing a member stream probably Sunday night. I'll also be doing a giveaway that night. I have some beauty products that I'm going to do. There's a hair mask that I'm going to do. Oh, I'm from Louisiana, Lauren. I didn't answer you. I just talked about you being from Mississippi. Um, I'll go grab what I'm going to do. Hold on. This is just gonna be a small little giveaway. It's not gonna be really big. Like my last giveaway was like merch, or your choice of $50. This one's gonna be just kind of smaller. So I'm gonna be this Foxy Bay 12-in-1 Magic Daily Leave-In Mask. I'm gonna be doing this as a giveaway. I don't know if you guys can see it. And this smells so good. I have one. It smells really good. It's not open, but you can still smell it. So this will be one. I think I'm just going to do like 3 little separate ones. But whatever you win, so say you win this, it'll come in a little bag. So this one may actually come in this bag. And then I'm going to do this. Excuse the box. This is the Aceology Lifting Treatment Mask. It's a face mask. So if you win this, you'll get this in a bag. And then what else I'm going to do? These Glow to Go. These are peel pads, and you'll get this in a bag. And then some perfume. I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 perfumes. I'll have to see. So I think that's it. But I may put 1 or 2 together. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be maybe Sunday night for my members, channel members, Patreon members. But I will be doing a giveaway for just my channel in general as well here in the next few weeks. So were your ears ringing, Matt? So my grandma in Arkansas used to say, no self-respecting woman leaves the house without her girdle and lipstick. All right now, Valerie. I kind of agree. Yeah. Awesome. So glad I remember now. I'm glad you remember now too. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it because I kind of wanted to do it while we were live. Um, and just somehow pick the, but because when you do giveaways, it's a process. Because what I have to do is I have to go to my members page and write down all my members, then go to a something on the internet where I can put everybody's name in, and then it'll automatically generate a winner. That's going to be a process to do that on the stream, but I may go ahead and get everybody's names in. Um, and but the spin wheel, see, I found a spin wheel one time when I was trying to do this, but it only allowed up to 20 names, and I have like I don't even know, like 70 channel members maybe, and like maybe like 30 um, Patreon members, so I didn't have enough room for it. Now I have 26. I've lost some Patreon members this month, but that's okay. I know times are getting tough for people. Um, I'll try to find. Yes, Candy, if you can, let me know, girl, because I may go ahead and put everybody's names in like before we go live, and then when we go live, I'll do a screen share, and then see you guys, and we'll just do that a few times. So I'm about to get off and go to bed. Um, Sean's got to get on his schoolwork. I know I'm on for another channel. I'm on that use the spin wheel. Okay. Yes, let me know. Yeah. Um, email me. I don't know why I just did all caps. It's not all caps. Um, so email me with that about. I am covering Love After Lockup, and I've already been talking to some of the cast members. I've gotten contact with two cast members now where I've conversated with them back and forth. And yes, I'm absolutely covering that. I have like 3 videos so far of Love After Lockup on my channel, I think. So, yes. Um, thank you, Lauren. Yes, let me know because it is kind of time consuming when I have to put like all the names, which if I have to do that, that's fine. I'll do it. I don't mind. I just want to do these little giveaways so I can reward you guys for being members of mine because I enjoy you guys so much. Everybody, members, not members, just regular viewers. I love you guys. On your way out, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up button. We have 160 people in here and we have 121 thumbs up. So let's get it up to 160 and I will see you guys. I'm going to be uploading a video tonight, but it'll go out first for members and then probably in maybe an hour or so later, if I'm still up, I will switch it to public. If I fall asleep early in the morning, I'll switch it to public. Are you going to cover Mama June? Yes, I will cover. I do cover Mama June as well. So yeah, you guys hit that thumbs up button. More content will be coming out tomorrow. I may do another live tomorrow. If Kay Baxter tells me that it's okay for me to do a live reaction to her video, then we'll go live tomorrow. We'll do that. And then Sunday, I'm gonna have a Sunday night. I'm gonna have a members stream. So you guys mark it in your calendar. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.